What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, friends? Dom from the Game Looters here, bringing you another Animal Crossing New Horizons video. So, myths in video games have existed since the beginning of time. There was always something out there where you heard from somewhere that you could do a thing and it would do another thing in a video game. But way too often, a lot of those word of mouth was completely false and a ton of lies. I myself completely remember being on the schoolyard back in the day with my Game Boy Color, and I was playing Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Red, and I remember people telling me that, hey, did you know inside of the game, if you go ahead and find Mew, you can do it by moving a truck that is right outside of where the SSSN is at. And I was like, there's no way. And I remember spending hours upon hours inside of the game trying to figure out on how I could get Mew, and going back to my friends and being like, I just can't move the truck. And they're like, I moved the truck a ton of times, I have Mew. And I'm like, show me. And they're like, when I bring my Game Boy, I'll show you. So things like this have existed forever, and I mean forever, ever. And again, Animal Crossing New Horizons is no stranger. We over here on the channel, we do a lot of Animal Crossing content, as well as we do live streams on Saturdays and Sundays, which you guys should come by and hang out. And during those streams and during those videos inside the comment section, we get a ton of advice in those streams and in the comment sections telling us what is and isn't in Animal Crossing New Horizons. And with that, there have been a lot of myths that I want to go ahead and dispel, along with a couple of misconceptions that maybe some people just don't really understand exactly. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the first common myth inside of Animal Crossing New Horizons. Oh, and real quick, I think we're friends now. I think you need to come and join our community. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there. Yeah, takes 1 second. Oop, look, you did it. Thank you for joining the community. Alright, so the first myth inside of Animal Crossing New Horizons that we hear a lot on live streams is that Red only sells one item. And when Red first began to visit your islands back in April, we all thought that he would only be able to sell one item to you. Well, this is in fact not correct. Although Red, when you buy a piece of art, tells you that he can only sell you one piece of art or one piece of furniture in a day. Yes, this is right. He can only sell you that one piece of art or one piece of furniture to you. But if you have other people who are living on your island, they can all go and do the same thing. They can buy one piece of art and one piece of furniture from Red, as well as people you invite to your island. So your friends, your buddies, or randoms can come to your island and partake in all of your art and all of your awesome furniture that Red has for the day. So do not fret. If you have something cool and you want more than one piece, either use a different islander villager on your island that you currently have, or tell a friend to come buy it for you. Alright, that leads me into my second one, and that is villagers moving out without permission. I cannot tell you how many times on the live stream somebody comes into the live stream and tells us that villagers can move out without their permission, that they're afraid to time travel because this is going to happen, that their dreamy Raymond is going to just poof and flutter away, and I tell them that this is not the fact at all. In fact, in New Horizons, villagers can only move out of your island when you give them permission. If you never speak to your dreamy Marshall, don't worry, he's never going to leave your island. He is required to come up and speak with you first, especially when he has a thought bubble, and tell you that he wants to move out, and then you have to agree to said action. So whether you time travel a day, time travel 15 days, or a year, or you go back a year, unless you chat with him, he will not move out. So do not worry, this is a common misconception of how things work, and that's mostly because of the games of the past. Before, yes, the games of the past, your villagers could move out without you speaking to them because they thought you were ignoring them and being a big old jerk. But in New Horizons, they fixed all of that, and your villagers only move out with permission. So don't worry if you leave your game getting all dusty on the shelf for over a year. When you come back, all your dreamies will still be there for you. Alright, that leads me into my third one, and that's how to successfully move out any villager that you want. I cannot tell you how many times new folks come into the streams and begin to try and tell us how to move out a villager. We do a lot of rare villager streams on Saturdays and Sundays, and with that we are doing the bubble method, the campsite method, and we're doing mystery islands trying to get the dreamies that we want on our islands. And with that, there's a lot of misconception of how this works. Now, when new people come in, they try and tell us, and I think they do it without looking at any of our content, which is okay, but we have tons of content, and I would say we're kind of matter experts on this as far as how to move out of villagers. So when people think right now is that you have to do a ton of mean things to your villagers to get them to move out. And this is in fact incorrect. It's actually been data mined very heavily by Ninja over on Twitter. See his channel on screen right now, and you guys can go over there and follow him, but he has data mined the game to the nth degree and has found out that doing all of these actions do not matter. Whether you are hitting your villager with a net, whether you're trying to trap them into their home, they will get out. Don't bother trapping them, don't bother digging holes. Does not matter. Now, there are certain things that you can do, like heavily angering them and making them sad, that will decrease their friendship level, but if you have never really engaged with them in the past, they are already probably the lowest on your totem pole regardless. So the best thing that you can do is actually befriend all of your other villagers that you want to retain on your island. My biggest advice to you is if you want to be best friends with the dreamies that you have that you're forever villagers, start doing that now, and then that way all of the villagers that you want to get rid of, that way, those ones can begin to get the bubble. Now, the bubble is completely random, and yes, I'm sorry to tell you, even your dreamy Raymond has a chance to actually leave your island via a bubble. Even if you're best friends, even if you have his picture, there's still a chance because it's completely random. Now, the one thing is that if they are best friends, the likelihood of them getting the bubble is less, but they can still get the bubble. If you guys want to see exactly how to do that, if you don't care about time traveling, check the card right now, and I'll teach you how to move out villagers extremely fast, and you can actually pick whoever you want. It's really awesome. But don't let people out there let you know on how to do things, and don't waste your time by chasing them around, hitting them, trapping them in all kinds of things and silliness. It doesn't work. It's completely random. And if you spend more of your time kind of focusing on just moving the bubble than making your villagers angry and doing stuff like that, you will move them out a lot faster. I've moved out like 100 villagers off of my island, and I have 2, so I know exactly how this works. Also, if you don't time travel, it's okay. Hit the card right now, and I'll teach you how to move the bubble from villager to villager without time traveling. Again, whether you do it or you don't, that's fine. We got you right here on the channel. And the fourth myth is surrounding clapping at Orville. Yes, even we fell for this. Early on in the game, it was explained that if you would clap and make our favorite Birdo Dodo blush, that he would take you to even better mystery islands. This, unfortunately, later on was debunked. Now, although I still do it, and I think you should too, because it's just awesome to make our favorite Dodo blush and make sure that he has a good day, I honestly feel like this one was an interesting one that I hoped was really real, but it ended up not being. Now, even in streams, I still do this because I feel like it provides me extra luck, but the way you get mystery islands is completely random. So whether you clap or you don't is completely up to you, but unfortunately, this myth is not real. Alright, and that brings me to the fifth and final myth, and that is around Celeste. I hear this all the time, especially on live streams, that hey, Celeste hasn't shown up. I have a shooting star today, I have meteor showers, and I cannot find Celeste. I have spent so much time running around my island that actually Barry Allen, the Flash, has time traveled back and changed the past more times, and I am still searching on my island and I still can't find Celeste. That is okay. Your game is not glitched out. I can't tell you how many times I heard Celeste isn't here and I have a meteor shower. The game is glitched. I can't believe it did this to me. Well, don't worry. What this actually means is it means that you have already had a meteor shower, or you've had shooting stars already prior in the week, or you're going to have them later in the week. So do not worry if Celeste doesn't show up on your island and you spend a ton of time trying to find her. That just means that she is destined to come a later day, or she has already visited your island and you've already had shooting stars or had a meteor shower and you just didn't realize this. One more bonus thing when it comes to Celeste, if KK is there singing his sweet, sweet melodies, Celeste will not show up. Apparently, there's just too much NPC space, so if KK's there, just enjoy his jams. Celeste will not be there for you. Guys, that has been the 5 myths within Animal Crossing New Horizons. Do me a favor, click on the video right now. If you're feeling some burnout in Animal Crossing New Horizons, finding yourself playing the game a lot less, that's okay. Hit the video on screen and I will tell you exactly why you're feeling that way and what you can do about it in the video right next to it. Ever think about restarting your island? We all have. Go ahead and check out that video as well, and that'll tell you on what you need to do before you restart. Guys, we'll catch you on the next Animal Crossing video.